everyone, I'm Dr. Neda. I'm a single mom of 2 teenage sons whom I love and, like every parent, want the very best for. I consider myself a very strong woman capable of doing many different things. I grew up in Middle East where I witnessed firsthand women fighting for their rights on a daily basis. So you can imagine how thrilled I am with the rise of the divine feminine in human consciousness. Although it's a paradigm that's slow to change and is encountering a lot of resistance, I see glimmers of light everywhere, including at my boys' all-military school, where they've appointed the first female president in the 110 years of the school's history. What concerns me is that pendulums tend to swing from one polarity to another, and I'm concerned that masculine energy will not be respected and honored, and it will lead to more separation between men and women. In a perfect world, we will find a balance between divine masculine and feminine polarities. In doing so, we can unravel the division that impacts us all. This is the reason why I'm inspired to do these interviews, to shine a light on a positive balance. So what is a divine masculine? What does it entail and what does it bring forth? Men in their positive polarities, they're calm, they're centered, they're supportive, they're secure, rational, and very reasonable. They are clear-minded and action-oriented. They're powerful and decisive, and they guide with courage and self-discipline. They're reflective thinkers who passionately guide and help others. These extraordinary men are the ones who lead from their hearts and not with their emotional egos. The wonderful men that I'm privileged to interview are the reflective of the positive polarity of divine masculine. These are quality men who are strong, respectable, honorable, and really deserve to be celebrated. Please go ahead and hit that like button, comment, ask questions, share, and subscribe. You're a very valuable part of this movement, and your opinion really matters. Thank you very much. Light, love, and blessings to you all. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Neda, and today I'm really privileged and honored to have a very, very special person with us. His name is Meron, and he's an interior designer, but he's way more than that. What he offers to our planet with his energy and the person that he is really admirable. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Of course, thank you
Meron
so much for having
You are
me.
amazing. From the
Thank you.
first moment I met you, your energy is contagious, positive. You are just a very unique human being that I was so attracted to you. I wanted to just be close to you and get to know you better. And after talking to you, I found that you are as interesting that I thought that you were. So we're going to start with your childhood, because I feel like your story is such an interesting story, where you were born and how you were raised and so many countries you were in. So can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
All right, before that, I have to say that it's a mutual feeling that when I met you also, it was the same thing, that you are full of energy. You give me a lot of positive energy, and I had the same feeling. I was attracted to you too, in a good way.
Thank you.
In a sisterhood way.
You're so sweet.
And this is the Megas you were talking about.
Yes, that's the one I was talking about.
Right, so yes, yeah, thank you so much for having me here. And so what did you ask me about my childhood?
I wanted to find out we're going to start from the beginning, where you were born. Yeah. And I know that you've moved a lot. Yes. And you are who you are because of all your life's experiences. So let's get a little bit of a background with you so everybody can get to know you a little bit better.
Well, of course, I'm Persian. When I say I'm Persian, of course, I'm Iranian. And I was born in Iran and raised a bit in Iran, and then we moved to Dubai, and I was raised in Dubai. And then, of course, I study, work there. I moved to London, I don't know, and then back to Dubai again, to Vancouver to my family, and then here in LA.
Well, I know you know, from Iran to Dubai to London to Dubai to you were in Canada, Vancouver, yes. Back to Dubai to LA. But a lot of things has happened.
Oh, many.
Between all of these countries. So when you were in Dubai, you were studying. What did you study in Dubai?
Well, after when I graduated from high school, I studied MBA. I studied in marketing. So I started working as a marketing manager
For a very big company.
for a very big company, very multicultural company, and then international actually, Bridgestone Tire. But in the meantime, I used to do modeling too. So I was in model from 17 to 24. Not very professional as a commercial model. I did catwalk too anyway. So this is what I did in Dubai. And I started working in Dubai as a marketing manager. And
You got to travel to different countries
I
as
did.
part of the company, right?
Yeah, but I started traveling since I was 19. I mean that by myself alone. So I traveled everywhere.
And you traveled lightly or with a couple of suitcases? No, I'm just... I'm just...
That is a very good question. Always I dream.
Because you always look
You
so
know,
amazing.
I dream. This is like a dream to travel, like with a backpack, they call it here, even though when I was
The backpack
19.
travelers? Yes.
Yes, I always wish, but you know, the least I could take 5 luggages, it was with me. I mean, 2
With
carry-on
5
and 3
luggages?
Yeah, you know. When I moved to London to study, and then I was thinking, I'm a student again, I want to live like a student, and then I was with 5 big luggages.
Yeah, that's
So,
not
and
student. That's not a
No.
normal student life.
My landlady, when she came and she saw me for very first time, and then she got my carry-on and said, okay, let's go. I said, wait.
There is
The rest
more?
of the luggages are there. That is funny. This is unfortunately me.
Well, I think fortunately, because the way you dress up, I've never seen somebody who dresses up so amazingly, matches. And that's why I think the interior design and design itself goes so well in modeling with you. But it's interesting how you started with marketing for a big corporation. You know, that's so different than design. So I really want to know what happened to you and how everything changed for you. So you went to London and studied or design?
Yes. What happened actually, since childhood, not as a professional, like a personally, this is how you do it. I was like renovating my mom's place, my sister's place, my room, changing it every couple of weeks, every couple of months, but anyway, in Dubai, because you know that the Persian family, they want you to be a doctor or engineer.
Yes.
And they
Or a
wanted,
lawyer.
So I didn't, or lawyer. So I didn't become a doctor. I became a patient, of course.
We're all patients at some point.
In a way, yes. And then, but yeah, I studied MBA. I started working as a marketing manager. Not as a marketing manager. At the start, I was working as an advertising coordinator. I was very young. But I grew to become a marketing manager. And then what happened that the story is like, I become a friend with a beautiful Persian interior designer. She studied and she grew up and actually in France with a beautiful accent. And so once she visited me at my place and she didn't believe that I designed my home. So she told me if I designed my home, so I'm in the wrong career. So then that, like, it was like a
little
star.
spark, yeah.
Exactly. So I said, yeah, I never liked my job, actually. I never liked my job because I was in a training. I was training salespeople. I was doing the marketing for the next year, or so many funny story happens, actually. And then, but I was attracted to the designing part. When I wanted to come up with a leaflet or designing or like a billboard for advertisement, I enjoyed that part. So I think that was the thing that I said to myself, no, I have to change. So I decided to move to London. I wanted to go to Italy, but because of the language barrier.
Absolutely, because then you had to learn Italian first.
And then so I decided to go to London. I study interior designing in London. Yeah.
And your specialty is in...
Yes, when then a lot of things happened. Then when I moved to Vancouver, I got another. I studied again more to become a specialty. I got a specialty in kitchen and bath.
In kitchen and bath. And why did you go to Vancouver?
It's a long story.
All over the place.
Yes, I mean that because my family, when I was like 19, they moved to Vancouver and they took me with them actually. So, but I didn't like Vancouver. I even came to Los Angeles to live here in, actually not Los Angeles, in San Jose with my cousins. But I didn't like it here either. So I said I want to go back to Dubai with my friends.
So you love Dubai, yes.
And you know, when you grow up with the friends, you have so many friends that you grow up with that this is the age that you want to be with them You never know.
Absolutely.
You know that, of course, the life changes. Everybody travels. Everybody goes somewhere, and you never meet them again. Maybe.
Eventually. But you were 19 years old and you took the challenge and the courage you had to go back alone, leaving behind your family. And didn't you think that was a big risk?
I wasn't thinking it's a big risk. I never. I'm such a big risk taker. But I mean that everybody else was thinking I will die without my mom because I was a last child. They were thinking I'm spoiled, and but no, I survived. I did great.
So you
actually.
followed your heart
I did
and you
follow my
survived.
heart. Yes, I did.
And look what you've done with your life even. Just imagine.
Oh, in a way, yes, I did.
That's crazy. So I'm actually, you know, I always believe every experience that we have is like when we're sitting right here is because of all our experiences. So you wouldn't be who you are right now if it wasn't for that one decision that, I mean, so many decisions.
Yeah, this is the life that anytime in your life you take a decision and it may change your life. Like then it's gonna come up and you will see that a lot of things change my whole life story, and then yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, I love it. I love it because it's gonna be boring if it doesn't change, you know.
Exactly.
But talking about that, going back to my childhood, I had such a strong personality on what I wanted, what I loved, and always get what I wanted to, what I wanted, what I liked. One of the things that I remember always that, you know, in Persian family, it is like a part of the culture. When you go somewhere, they bring you tea.
That's right.
And I was like, I think 3-4 years old, and I was playing in the room with the host kids, and then they brought the tea, and then they start offering people tea, and then when they asked me, Meron, do you want to have tea? And then my dad replied, Meron doesn't like tea. In reality, I didn't like tea when I was young. But I turned back and I looked at my dad. I said, "Why you are taking decision for me?"
And you were how old?
I was like 4. I said, "Maybe I want to have tea this time." And then my dad was looking at me like, "What the hell?" And then she asked me, "Okay, do you want to have tea?" I said, "Yes, I want to have tea." And then I did it just because I wanted to, you know, take decision for my own life. I didn't want my dad to take decision, and yeah.
And you know what? I just remembered that, you know, you're very handsome. Everybody looks up to you. You're positive. You have manners. You come from a good family. Everything that goes with you. But what I love about you is like you're so humble and you're so accepting and non-judgmental, which is really hard to find. And tell us a little bit about your childhood and what kind of people you would hang out with. And because you're so accepting that all kinds of people, because I was in high school, there were the cool people, the nerd people, they would bully them, you know what I mean? So tell us about your childhood experiences, and because were you the cool kid that you wouldn't talk to anyone because you're so cool, or were you?
No, it is actually very funny because I never considered myself as a handsome person, but thank you so much. But I mean that I was in a way that people, they liked me, and I don't know, because maybe my dimples or whatever.
Yeah, the dimples are gorgeous.
Because that attracts people, and I hated it when I was kid because of that actually. So but what you're asking is that when I was actually a child, it is maybe one of the quality that I'm very proud of, that what you said, is that I have to give the credit to my mom, actually, because I was learned to not to be judgmental. And it was part of my personality. I remember that is what you talk about, the bullying in the school and the cool people, nerd people, that existed everywhere in my school too. And always I got hurt when somebody was bullying the other people, and especially like the one which we call them now normal, but by those days everybody was calling them weirdos. And then I was a leader in my school, in elementary school. I was a leader on the group that it was full of, like, I mean, I'm sorry to say that it's totally normal by now, and but I'm talking about those days. I mean that they used to call them fat, or they were wearing very thick glasses, or they were very tall for their age. And
so everyone that stood out.
yeah,
of
I mean
other
that they were
people.
bullying them, they were making fun of them, and it was hurting me. So that's why I was always trying to give them comfort that no, you're also like us, and we're all friends. So I created a group, and I was a leader for that group, and all of them, they were in my group. So
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that one of the worst things in people's culture when they grow up is that bullying others, you know,
Absolutely.
or judging people, which I think that is a bad thing. I mean,
We are all unique in our own ways and have something to offer. And, you know, I feel like who are we to judge another person just because they're different, or the definition of normal, but what is normal?
Exactly, what is normal?
Who defined normal?
Who defines normal? I mean that when something become habit or got as a norm in it. I was walking my dog, and my dog is a Chico, is a male, a small little Pomeranian. I was wearing him a very very pink coat. It was so cute, and because it was going with the white, and I was walking, and then a woman, a very British accent, she came to me, said, "Okay, how old is she?" I said, "He is so and so age," and he said,
Why is he wearing pink?
No, he said, "It is a she." I said, "It's a he." Then he said, "No, it's a she." I said, "He's my dog. Why you are insisting?" He said, "No, because he's wearing pink." I said, and you know, you have no idea, but that is very true. I look at him and I said, "Oh, so you're a male now." Then he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Because you're wearing navy blue. So you're male now?" Then he said, "Oh, so you're so rude." I said, "Yeah, do not judge my dog by their cover.
Stay away from my dog."
I mean, stay away. I mean, who are we to judge people by the
Yes.
color, by the, you know?
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it's not hurting anyone and you're not harming anyone, like, what is it to you? Let people be. And I mean,
Whoever they are, yeah.
absolutely.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need to, baby, to warm these lonely nights. I love. Come check this. Come check this.
So another question comes up, why do you think we're on this planet? Going from all those judgments, why do we think we're really here?
Well, actually, this is a very good question, because I thought of it forever. I thought of it when I was a child, that why we're here and why do we have to die, why we're going back there, why we're coming if we have to go. So, but what I believe now at this moment, that we're all here for a reason. I believe in evolution, not in the same term that they used to say that we are from apes. I don't know about that. That is a theory. It's not proven. Maybe it's there. I don't know. But I'm talking about the real life. We are evolving. I believe in this evolvement, and we are part of this evolvement. And I believe that we are here for a reason. Now I'm here. There was a reason for me to be here. So we are here to help each other as a human to reach to the main goal. That I don't know what is it, but I believe we are here for the reason, and to be with each other. I mean, to help each other and love each other and support each other, you know.
Absolutely, and that's how our souls grow and we
Yes.
evolve as
Yes.
humans. And I believe that
Exactly.
it's through other people, because even when we're looking at ourselves, we cannot. I only see myself through you, because unless there's a mirror in
Very
front of
true.
me, I cannot see myself.
Yes.
I see you and you see me, but
Yes.
we really cannot see ourselves
Yeah.
unless there's another
The reaction
person.
of each other.
The reflection.
The reflection, actually. This is
Yes,
the right word. Yes.
exactly. It's
This
amazing.
is beautiful, yes.
Yes. So I really agree with you. Okay, this is important. What is something you're really proud of as growing up? Something that you're really proud of?
Well, the same thing what we talked about. It's maybe that I'm not judgmental. I think this is something that I'm very proud of, that one. That I always look at everyone the same. I never ever choose my friends according to their looks. never ever did that. I had, and I have so many friends that from very low profile people that they used to live in like a three family living in one bedroom apartments. I mean, I used to have them as a friend, and I have very high profile people that you have no idea that they live in a multi-million dollar, I mean.
And yeah, you told me about the
lifestyle.
influential people in Dubai too.
Yes, yes.
So-
So I never judge them. I mean that you are who you are. You're my friend. As long as you're a good friend, you're my friend. That who cares what you have and who cares what you do in your life? I mean, back at home, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So do you think that is love? What does love mean to you? Accepting of people, or what does it exactly mean to you? Because it's different for everybody.
You know, I mean, the love, if you want to ask me really what I think, that the love means when you reach the point that you can sacrifice for someone or for something. I think that is the real love. The rest is maybe you like something very much. So, but when you reach the point that you can sacrifice your life or your things, the things that you love, then I think that is love. It can be towards your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, kids.
It's almost like another person's happiness comes before yours.
Yes.
Like you could.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree with
This
that.
is to me is love. So I don't know. Yeah, and I believe in it.
I agree with
believe
you.
in it.
That is so true. Because they say, even in relationship, any kind of a relationship, you need to give your 100% and be selfless.
Yes.
You know, if you're selfish, it's not, at some point it ends. You know, I believe as parents, you do that for your, no matter how many times your kid wakes up in the middle of the night or cry, you do what you need to do. You will
Absolutely.
sacrifice your life for them.
Yeah.
So I think that
That is the love. This is what I believe. Yeah.
Sums it up. Yes.
Unfortunately, now I think that love is not what it's supposed to be, but this is my belief, and I believe it exists.
Yeah, I agree. So what do you think connects all humans with each other?
Sex? No.
All humans, I said, Meron John. You know, I think that's a group. No, let's get into it. Can you explain more about that? As a Scorpio, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Go
As a
on.
Gemini, I can tell you so many.
I love that. You can do it intellectually, and I can explain more on that.
You know, going back to what you asked me, it's you said what you're proud of, what you're
Yes.
proud when you're childhood.
Yes.
One of the things that I'm really proud that since childhood, I learned. I mean, I had this ability or power in a way to make fun of myself, to make people I like happy, to make them enjoy my moment. I don't care to make fun of myself. I think this is one of the things that I'm proud of myself too. That is why I
beautiful.
joke if I joke. So it's take it as that. Okay, going back to
What connects everybody,
people, to
yes.
me, it's really needs.
Needs.
Needs. We need each other.
Yeah.
You know, and not in a sense like I need you for physical money or this kind of thing. No, the major things to me is that acknowledgement of existence. You know, when in a caring way. I mean that you acknowledged me. That is why I drove 3 hours here. This is beautiful. That is why we need each other. That is why it connects us together.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about the money. I'm not talking about I mean that everybody can enjoy with someone else, and everybody can have lots of friends. But that needs that you give the caring way to someone. I think that
Yes.
is the things that we need each other as a human.
Absolutely. And I feel like the only way that we can really value ourselves, love ourselves more, get connected to ourselves is through other people. Although I've done a lot of meditation, I go within, I love myself, love is important, knowing yourself is important. But just imagine if I'm all alone, and you know, I'm experiencing all these, but I don't have anybody to share it with.
Yeah.
It will be so empty. Like it will take away from the human experience so much. Let's say I can maybe experience 30%. If it's really amazing, 40%. But the rest will be missing. Even the people who annoy you, I think are amazing. You know, when during COVID, when nobody was in the streets, I was like, oh, thank God, no traffic. And then after a while, I started missing everyone. I'm like, I wish there was traffic. I wish, because it's so lonely.
Exactly. That is why I said we need each other. But going back to what you said, actually, I need that. Please help me because I don't know how to love myself very much. This is lacking in me. I love to learn how to love myself.
Are you really being serious right now?
I am serious.
Okay, everyone, please tell Meron how amazing he is and how lovable he is.
No. I have to learn how to love myself, because as you said, I love to enjoy my happiness with people. When I have something, even though you keep asking me about my childhood, when I had, because I don't know why, but in the New Year, Persian New Year, you used to get 80s. I used to get lots of 80s.
Yes.
Okay?
That means that you get little gifts, mainly money from
money
family
from
and
the
friends.
family, yeah.
Persian New Year is the best when you get the money.
I know. And I used to get the most between my cousins. I had 2 more cousins same age. Okay?
People love you. I mean,
I don't know. I was just being lucky, I think. But I used to buy for them whatever I used to buy with that money. So, I always wanted to share. I love to share. I don't want to go in a restaurant and eat alone.
So now I know what you mean, that you need to love yourself more. That means that because you're always putting other people, in front, like they're more important almost than you. But that gives you satisfaction, because I do have that problem as well. But boundaries are the most important thing. Because as long as you have the boundaries and people know, and I believe, like, honestly, even with my kids, if you don't, and they're my kids, I gave life to them. If you don't put the boundaries and tell them, okay, I'm important too, they don't know. I mean, some people know, they do it willing, some people don't know. So I think that's what you mean with self-love.
Yes.
Putting that boundary that
boundary,
people know.
or maybe also, that I want to be able to enjoy by myself too, I want to love myself that much that I enjoy it with myself. That I don't care that I want to go somewhere, I want to do it alone. But I did so many trips alone.
I was just going to say, you've done so many things alone.
So many trips alone. Yeah, I did so many things alone. Actually, most of my achievement, most of the things, the goal that I achieved, it is when I was alone.
Yes, because when you have a partner, especially if you have a partner that is draining you or toxic or negative, you're not vibrating, not to judge anybody. But I'm just saying, if you're not on the same vibration, your growth stops or gets even worse. So I completely agree. A lot of times when I've done a lot of things, I've been alone as well. And I feel like now I'm surrounding, as I'm getting older, all my surroundings, they're all positive people, amazing. It's amazing what happens as we get to know ourselves a little more. Our surroundings change as well. So what are you grateful for in your life that you would say, I'm sure there's first your looks, but other than that.
Well, to be very honest with you, I have 2 things to be grateful. One is when my mom, we got to know that she is suffering from cancer, stage 3.
Oh, wow.
You're a doctor, you know that it was very difficult moments, but thank God that she passed it and she's cancer free and she's living cancer free, and it changed our life. You have no idea what we were going through and then what happened, because my mom, it's connecting all of us together.
She's the center.
It's a center. All the moms are, I think they are.
That's true.
So, that I'm so grateful that she's cancer free and she's living with us and we are enjoying her still so many years after that. And also myself, I went through so many times that I was going to die, and I'm alive.
But you mean like literally die?
Literally dying, yes. Few times, and then.
So I would like to hear. That's interesting. Like, how many? You're a cat? No. How many lives do you have?
And then I'm alive. I'm enjoying my life.
Isn't that amazing? Like some
beautiful.
of it, when you face that, like face to face, then when you live, it's like it's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
Just to be around one more day. I mean, they say that if people want to give you $100 million, but you're going to die tomorrow, people say, no, I don't want $100 million.
Exactly.
I want to live tomorrow, because every minute counts. Isn't
It
it
does.
amazing that
It
our
is.
life
It
is
is.
so precious?
It is very precious, and that is why I believe my slogan in my life is that I'm working to live. I'm not living to work, so I'm trying to enjoy the life as much as
That's
I
amazing.
can within my ability.
That's beautiful. Remember, you're a unique creation. Your soul is created only once. Cherish your soul, cherish your experiences. Let your truth shine through you. This is not what you see with your eyes. This existence must be felt with your heart.
I'm here in Dr. Neda's office again. I'm a regular patient. I come for acupuncture and massage. I love the acupuncture, especially for my allergies. It's really helped clear my sinuses. And, this time of year it's really difficult for me with my allergies. I don't like to take the medication, so I find that the acupuncture helps. I've also been helped in my neck and shoulders and my lower back, and I highly recommend the service here. Dr. Marjan and Dr. Neda are just wonderful, and I hope to see you here.
One thing you would love to change about the world? Anything that comes to mind?
Definitely. There is a lot of
But
things
just
that you
one.
want to change,
No,
but
I'm
no,
just
I know
kidding.
that a lot of things, but something that could be tangible, that it's possible to do that. The way media is going, most of the media, they are going, unfortunately, I believe it is very scary. And
You mean it's negative? Is that what you're trying
yes,
to say?
I mean that the way it's changing people's mind, especially
The influence.
influencing the young generation.
Yes.
It is scary, We are young ourselves, but I
Yeah,
mean
we are
that,
very young.
But at least now, in a way that you can see, you can feel it, the way they advertise things, the way they are padding our kids, it's going towards somewhere that it's scary to me.
Absolutely, I
I
agree
wish I
with
could
you, but I
change
also
that.
feel like the new generation, so many of them, I call them the upgraded versions, like the phones, they're upgraded. So even with my kids, so many things, they watch, they look, they don't buy into it. They're like, that's fake, that's not, it's amazing. Like, I feel like they are, for me, they're much smarter than me. And I've talked to so many parents, like some of the things that we even believe, they don't. They question everything, which I love.
Absolutely. No, I'm not questioning that. That part is amazing.
Which is
I
great.
mean that the amount of knowledge
Yeah.
we know now, the kids know now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Amazing. This is crazy about the technology, that the way it's going. It is beautiful. I'm talking about the media that is making people so consuming.
Yes.
That the way that they are thinking that they
They're
have to
brainwashing
be so
them.
and so
Yes.
person, otherwise they are not
Yes.
cool, or they are not fun, or that is the part I'm talking about.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That there's so much. I mean, they're even saying the suicide rates have become so much in the young teenage girls
Yes.
because they look at everybody. Somebody has the good car, they can afford, they cannot,
yeah.
so they get depressed. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I can see what your point is with that. Now we have access to a lot of technology, which is great, but which is also can
Also, yeah,
backfire
can be
on the other side of
backfire.
it. Yes. So where do you find your inspiration? Because you inspire so many people anyway. When I see your posts on Instagram, you're happy. I look at you and I get happy just looking at your posts.
I'm so happy to hear
No,
that.
really. You wink at people, you go to parties, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so
Amen.
cute. I love it. Where do you get your inspiration? From my Instagram? No, I'm just kidding. No.
No, come on, your Instagram.
Thank
no,
you.
you are. It's very funny, to tell you the truth. I mean that. Of course, as a professional still way. As an interior designer, I got most of my inspiration through my imagination.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's
It
in
is.
your head.
It is in my head.
So can we open it and get some?
It
Can I
but it
get
is
some
true.
out of it?
But that, for example, I don't go for something that I cannot reach it. Definitely, I love to have it, but that is nothing.
So
that
you're
I'm doing.
realistic.
I'm more towards realistic, but in the meantime, I'm imagining things in myself. That I'm thinking, I'm imagining myself that having a trip in so atmosphere. Then I'm saying, so I have to travel. I have to go to Mediterranean, or I have to go somewhere. Even in designing, I am imagining things in my brain. and you don't believe it, this is something funny. It is scary sometimes to me. While I'm sleeping,
Yes.
I'm designing.
But you know, a lot of geniuses, a lot of their inspiration and things that they create comes through their sleep. Even when Einstein
didn't
and a
know
lot
that.
Edison, a lot of these geniuses, they've got the formulas either when they were napping or they were sleeping and they wake up and the answer.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't know that. Always I thought
But
this
you
is
are
scary.
like them. That's
Then
what
I'm a genius person.
In the beginning, I said you're so unique and you're one of a
Thank you.
kind. Come
No,
on.
But that is so beautiful to hear that. I mean, that always I was thinking, what the hell is happening to me? Why I have to be napping and sleeping, but I was solving my design, the issues that I had. The next day I wake up, I said, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to correct this. Yeah,
But
this
that's
is-
a gift. That's a blessing. Because
I never thought of it
and
that way.
you know, a lot, even including myself, there are techniques that you learn to do that. Like to go before you sleep, you ask your brain, you tell the brain the problem, and you hope to God and pray that the solution comes. With you, you're just naturally doing that.
Oh my
That's
God, this
crazy.
is, thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank
So
you.
you
Oh my
get your
God.
inspiration from yourself, basically, which is great. What impact would you love to live behind when you're not here when none of us are here any
When I'm
longer?
dead in a way. Well,
That's inevitable.
You know, this is, it's a wish, you know. I don't know if I can have it or not, but comes as a wish that definitely I would love to have an impact on culture,
Culture.
change a bit of culture.
What culture? Our
I mean,
culture, or
In
overall?
general, the wrong cultures, you know, the judgmental culture, for
Yes.
example. I wish I could change that. I mean, that I was thinking if it's possible to change the comparison kind of, that people stop comparing, but you
Yes.
can, because you need this sense to be able to compare a good from bad.
I know, but the intention behind it, I mean, we are comparing it for what reason, especially among people when they compare. Are you comparing to get better, or are you comparing because you're feeling bad about yourself? See, that
is why I said this is not realistic if I want to change that, because people, they need to compare things to be able
Yes.
to even grow. But I mean that I was talking about the bad part of it, that when you're comparing yourself to another person and the jealousy created, I'm not talking when you envy people, you have to envy people. But when you start having jealousy, then the jealousy, I think, is wrong, because it comes from that comparison, and then it will push you toward doing bad things, you
Yes.
know.
And I think we're just born to know like intuitively, we know what's good and bad. We were born, even little kids know what's good and bad. Since the little baby is born, intuitively we know, like you don't hurt people. Like I'm not just
Yeah.
saying when you're a baby, of course you cry and you're selfish. I mean, you have to be to survive. But I'm just saying, you know, all humans within us innately, we know what's good and bad. It's almost like we don't, of course, examples show
Yeah, I
you,
know.
but at the end of the day, we know what's good, what's bad, no?
You know, what you say absolutely is correct, but I'm not very sure that if it is already there from our childhood. But I believe that us as a human, we have a brain to think about. And this is what I do usually, is that I'm putting myself in somebody else's shoes. I'm
Yes.
meaning that if what I'm doing, if it does hurt that person or not, let me go back and to be him and think about it. If somebody else does that to me, does it hurt me? Then it's a bad thing. If it doesn't hurt me, then it's not a bad thing. So this is what I do. So I believe that after, when the brain, it is, I don't know if it is from childhood, but when the brain already is built in a way that can think about things, I think that is a way you are true.
Yeah.
When you say this is a bad thing, then there's a good thing. This is my belief.
That's right.
And I
And then
agree
I'm
with you.
actually really learning from you and the way that you're thinking. I love that. It's amazing. Well,
Come
now
on.
that we've made the thing that you're a genius, we're clear on that. I better listen to you more, Meron.
Remember me.
So, in your definition, what does it mean to be a human?
This is what we were talking about.
Yes.
To be human, I mean that because we have brain, that's why we are human. So in a way that if we can use our brain in a proper way and act as a human, You know, then if you know what is human, then it's thinking about, as you said, good things and bad things, hurting people, not to hurt people. If we know this, if we can analyze this stuff and think about it, and then just do what you think it is right. And then I think that then you're human. You don't need to be extraordinary. You have to act what is normal. I mean, not normal as in not to hurt anybody, and just live your life, and I think that is human. Then definitely when you think of something that when you want to be loved, then you will give love to other people.
Yes.
So that is why the things comes after that. When you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and say, I need love now, I need kindness now, I need somebody to help me now, so then that person needs the same thing. So let me give it to him, then he will give it to me back.
I agree with you. They always say that whatever you're looking for, just provide that for other people, and it will come to you naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that is the human.
I love that definition. So what does freedom mean to you? So we went from humans to freedom.
Yes, freedom. Actually, you know, because of the things happening in Iran, also we are indirectly, we are involved, we are hearing about people, they are fighting for their freedom. To me, freedom is when you have an ability to decide or choose to do something for yourself that makes you joy and makes you happy, that of course to the limit of not hurting anyone.
That's correct.
You know, not hurting anyone, it doesn't mean that if the religion says you shouldn't do that, it's hurting someone. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally hurting somebody. So as long as it doesn't do that, you have to have an ability of deciding to do whatever you want to make you happy. I think that is a freedom.
That's completely right. And as long as there's no judgment in that either.
Yeah.
As long as it's not hurting anybody.
As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, then you can do whatever you want. You can dress whatever you want. You can do whatever, take a decision on deciding on your job, on your path you want to live, on your loved one, or everything, you know, to me.
Yes.
As long as you don't hurt anyone.
That is freedom. So from freedom we can go to success. Then how do you define success?
Wow.
Back to back.
Okay, back to back.
I'm asking you all these questions.
No, well, the success, of course that when you're achieving something, it's a success. But to me, when you can achieve because to me there is no one goal, that there is a lot of objective to reach that goal. To me, it's not one goal. There are so many goals.
Yes, and usually when you reach one anyway, there's another one.
There will be another
exactly.
one. So to me, is that when you can achieve your goals within your limit, way below your wealth and your, mentally kind of like a spiritual life, I'm talking about that. That gives you happiness and give you joy and comfort. I think that is success.
So when you put the material things away and you're going to the base of it?
No, I'm talking about even materials. With the materials. Because, for example, a lot of people, they think, now you have a mansion, you have 10 cars, you have this. But that doesn't mean that you're successful. Because to me, successful is when you are relaxed. When you reach a goal, when you are living at peace.
Yes.
In that peace that has to come when, even if you have a mansion, then you have 10 times of that mansions, that you're not worried about the tax, you're not worried about the cleaning of the house, you're not worried about the end of the month to be able to pay the mortgage or this kind of thing. Then that is the success to me. You know what I'm talking about? This
I
is
know
the
exactly
success.
what
It can be it can be a small home that makes you happy, makes you relax.
Absolutely.
And that is success too. You know, you don't need to be on top of, in comparison to what we believe now. But we are trained nowadays that you have to have a big house, lots of good cars, and to me,
But I think success also comes, I usually tell my kids this too, because really finding the material, having control over the material world, which means that you know how to be successful, because the richest of the rich of the people, they live very humbly. They drive the Toyotas because they've had it all. It doesn't even have that much meaning to them but accomplishing that and also finding the peace and getting to a spiritual level or a higher level to knowing that your happiness, peace does not revolve around that. If, as you said, you have 10 mentions, but you're always anxious and you're always worried, you have no peace, that's really not success.
No, it is not. That is why I said that. So
you're absolutely right.
But I have to add something that driving a good car, it doesn't mean that driving, for example, me, I cannot buy a Lamborghini. I wish I could, but I can't. But I'm happy with what I have. But it's a beautiful car. I'm enjoying it. This is to me also is a part of success. It doesn't mean that, no, because the success is, I mean, the way you talk about it, maybe rich people that are driving Toyota, it doesn't mean to me that I shouldn't have Toyota. No, because I want to be enjoying my life too, and that is part of my success, that to reaching the goals that I want.
But I think it's so important to know what is the intention behind that.
Yeah.
Like, I've loved cars since I was a little girl. I never played with dolls. I've always played with cars. And no, really, literally. And I would be the first one up the tree, and all my cousins and the boys, they couldn't go. Like, I was always interested in cars. I love cars. And it's amazing. My older son is exactly like me. He is in love like that. He took that. And coming from my father, who was not into cars at all, he had the worst car ever. You know, I love good cars. I mean, that's just what makes me happy. But it's not because I want to show off or...
No.
It has nothing to do with that. Because I just, especially when people have good cars, I get so excited. And I even follow people on my pages that, like, they're talking about cars. It's like, you know, that's one of my passions too. So you're right.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that driving a Toyota or whatever is bad, but whatever internally
makes you happy.
Yes, absolutely.
That can be.
See, now we're
on the same
page.
You ever stand back and look at something and say, I fucking built that?
People be like, why are you always working?
I'm addicted and I just can't get enough.
Can you think of a time that impossible became possible for you?
No, so many times.
Oh my God, what a life.
What a life, what a life. You know, the simple things that I can say that, first I have to give you one introduction that I believe in a power.
Higher power.
Higher power. Not some people, they call it God, but not the way they call it God. There is no one sitting there, to me. I mean, to me is that no one sitting there to judge you and you're doing bad, you're doing this good, and this is how you have to do. No. As you said, we are knowledgeable enough, we have enough, I mean, information within our brain to decide what is good, what is bad. So we don't need anybody to teach us. But I mean that I believe there is a higher power, as you said, that is still controlling this world. In a sense.
It's just the rules and regulations of the universe, basically.
This is what I think. So it many times happened to me that I was to the point, now let's talk about financially, to the part that I was like young. I was like in 24, 25 years old. I had a billiard club, then I had 3 network games, one within my billiard club, and 2 more. I was in Dubai in different locations. I was traveling. This is like a story. I wanted to travel. One of my locations, the guy, he wanted to travel also back to Philippines. I wanted to go and visit my friend. I was young. I said, who cares? And then one of my friends said, do you want me to take care of your business? I said, yeah. And I just give it to him. When I came back in a month and a half, it was 0. It was no money in the bank account, and usually because the rent was coming every 3 months, and then I wasn't spending it the whole month, and then the last month when the money come, you know, out of the last month I was paying the rent, and then because the guy he took all the money, you know, I shouldn't trust my friends, and still I do. So I didn't have anything in my account, and then out of nowhere, suddenly because I was working as a marketing manager too.
Yes.
From our head office, they called me. They said, Meron, you haven't taken your bonus for past 2 years. And
oh my God!
I was
like
sitting,
a miracle.
It was like a miracle, and it still is happening to me. It still is happening to me. Things are like I'm saying, what the hell? This is impossible if I can do that. And I don't have this is not my personality to borrow money from anyone. No one I ever borrowed money from. With my sister, I do. My only one sister, one of my sisters. And then, but it reached the point that it's impossible, and then the next day happened.
Isn't that amazing? I really believe because you're so aligned with the universe. I really believe that. Because I think you're such a great person. You've always helped people. I really believe I believe in miracles, but I believe if your heart is aligned with the flow of life, things just happen to you. You don't.
I know exactly.
And look, you're an example. You're just telling us exactly.
That is one of the examples. Trust me, that happens many times. I mean, yes, there is possible that nothing is impossible. Now, somebody was saying, I don't know who said that. He said, when you can imagine it, then it is possible.
Especially they say, if you can even imagine it, there's a reason why you even imagining
it. So
like if it wasn't possible, you wouldn't
even think about it.
Exactly. I really believe that.
Imagine, like go back to 200 years ago, okay, or 100 years ago, that nobody could believe that you take a piece of things and you talk with your mom, the other side of the world.
That people would think you're
crazy.
It was
like, you're crazy. It happens. People imagine it, and then it happens.
Absolutely.
So then nothing is impossible to me.
I think as Einstein even said, imagination is our greatest gift that we have as humans.
Yes.
Or else we wouldn't be where we are. With the evolution of humanity. It's crazy.
It's absolutely right.
So now we're going to switch we're going to go to what makes a person beautiful. Totally a different subject.
Okay. Filter, Botox, injections, lifting.
I totally agree with that. We are in LA and
please put the filter on this. Make me beautiful.
What makes not you another person?
That this is so funny because honestly, there is filter now everywhere. Whatever I do, it is with the filter. And the next day when I wake up, the same person, what the hell? Who is this in the mirror? This is not what I see in my phone.
Yeah, I wish we really literally had a filter all the time.
All the time, I do at least. I don't hide it.
No, I'm just saying, like, as going around in our lives, we would just have a filter. Naturally, we would have filters.
Yeah, okay, but a real answer to that, what makes people, beautiful? Going back to humanity, that if you act human, if you know what human means, and if you act accordingly, then you will become automatically beautiful, I believe. That because the humanity, the human is there to give love, caring, and to care, And I think that when you're human, automatically you will become beautiful, to me, at least. You don't need to do something extraordinary, no. Unfortunately, sometimes people, they tell me that, Meron, you're so good, you're so kind. I'm telling them, I'm not kind. I'm just acting what I'm supposed to act. If I'm a good friend, because this is friendship. If I'm friend, I have to be friend. If I'm doing something wrong, then I'm doing something wrong, bad. It is not normal. So
I know what you're saying, but your definition, your morals and standards are high for yourself. So that's why
And I swear to God, I'm telling you this is the truth, what I believe. It's not something that I made up now to tell you, but this is really all the answers. I'm telling you, it is
comes from the heart. Yes, honestly, yeah. You can totally tell.
I don't want to sugarcoat myself, but this is a true fact. That I'm hoping that I'm doing it too, but
yes,
but this is...
I can attest to that.
But
I can testify.
Filter, Botox, do that.
So, you're so cute. After the filter and Botox, now I'm going to ask you a very deep question that does not include Botox and filters. What does love feel like?
Oh, love.
Just inject it
love,
with Botox.
No, I wish I could do that. The love, real love, it feels so good. It feels so good. You're as a mother, okay, when you look at your son, even though he's doing something silly, but when you look at him, you enjoy,
Yes.
And I believe in love. And when you love something, even your dog, when he's jumping up and down, you enjoy it. I think the love is full of enjoyment, and I love that. It's a good feeling.
Yes, and it's like opens your heart.
It's open your heart.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody
experience
it, yeah.
So is love weakness or power?
Okay.
Because it could go either way.
Either
It's like
way,
a double-edged
absolutely.
sword.
It is. It is. It's. I cannot say the fact answer to that because let's open it to the humans or to an object. If you love object, if, for example, if it is material, but it will diminish your life. It will change your life because, for example, the people who are love gambling, it will destroy their life. But imagine if you are loving some spiritual things, how it can grow your life and how you
Absolutely.
can be free of any objects in this world. You don't care about anything anymore. The same thing with the human. I mean that if you love someone who loves you back, it's
That's
amazing.
incredible.
This is incredible. You will enjoy together. You will grow together. You will be superpower. You know that if you're 100%, you will be 200%.
Yes.
But if you're with the wrong person, one way, what's gonna happen? Unfortunately, it's diminishing your life. It destroys your life.
I agree.
That it will take you to suicidal thoughts.
Yes,
You know?
it will really can destroy
It
you.
does. So that's why you can say it is. It can be power and it can be weakness. Yeah.
So then the next question would be, what makes love last? So you mean if it's both ways, give and take. And I believe both people need to give 100%.
That is very true. But saying that, to answer your question,
Yes.
love, if you're talking about love, real love, will never expire. Love will be there, even though if it is one way. If you truly love something, you will still love. I love one of my ex, and still I love that person so very much. I don't want that person in my life anymore, but the love still is there.
But I really also I feel like that's your own experience. The person who loves, they get to enjoy that and keep those memories. So you grow as a person.
Yes.
And even the people that are not in our lives, I feel like I'm grateful to them because of them. I got to experience this beautiful part of me. Even if they are toxic, they were not in my life anymore. They hurt me. But I still experience that beautiful feeling.
Beautiful feeling. But you were right, absolutely. If the love between two people, it is two-way,
It's
will last
incredible.
forever. You're saying that the older people that
Yes.
are holding their hands, I'm looking at them and say, oh my God, I wish I had someone here to hold my hand.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's very difficult nowadays. I hope it will. I mean,
You never know.
Yeah,
Miracles do
absolutely.
happen, especially to you.
yes. That is only impossible. That will never turn possible.
No, it's going to be possible. It's going to be possible. So, Meron, I'm going to ask you the last question. What makes somebody a hero or a legend?
Yay! Going back to what we discussed about having an impact, I think that if a person who is talented enough to come up with an idea or with something, create something, or change something in the world or in society, in community, in musical or something, to create something that affects that society or culture or whatever, I think that person is called a hero to me or legend. Like musician, like Edison, for example.
Yeah.
He's a huge legend.
Scientists absolutely changed the course of humanity.
They did, they are the legend. I mean, yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with
I
you.
wish we could, I could be a legend in a way. Yeah.
I think you are a legend in your own way. Really, you're inspiring so many people. I think with the
I'm very
energy that
happy.
you're spreading, and people look up to you, and
Thank you.
really, it's the positivity that you give out. That's how we're all connected, and your energy goes so far because we're all connected. You don't
Very
need to be in
true.
same proximity
No,
as
Papa,
people.
it is
You can be on the other side of the world, and you don't know who you're inspiring.
you're inspiring.
It's amazing.
This is very funny because that the way I look at things, are like, for example, when I'm sitting here, I'm combing that person's hairs, I'm changing that person's clothes, I'm designing here. This is what I do. I like beautiful things, and that I like to change things toward the beautiful. That is why I'm an interior designer. I like to make something beautiful and people enjoy it. So this is what you said. This is the energy. This is the energy that you receive and give, and you make something good out of it, and then hopefully someone enjoys it and then have
So many
impact,
people
yeah.
are already enjoying it, but with the next step that you're going to be taking, which is a surprise to a lot of people, which you are writing and you will be singing, which is amazing, taking it to the next level.
Yes, I'm taking it to the
With
next
music.
next
So
level.
this is just a surprise for everybody. We cannot wait to
Yeah.
see your new creations in music.
In music.
And it would be amazing. I already know it's going to be amazing.
I hope so. I hope so. I have already songs ready, and music actually it's complete music ready. And then, but I'm so busy. I never have time to
Yes.
like make a music video out of it and then start it. But hopefully soon.
Well,
will be
now
out
that we
and-
said it, we're all waiting. So it needs to be done. Thank you
Should.
so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
to the
much for
show.
having me.
You're amazing. Your time means a lot to me. It
Thank
took you
you.
so long to get here, and thank you.
I'm
I don't know how
happy
to
I
thank
did.
you.
And you say that the energy you give me, I was driving for 3 hours and still we are so full of energy. She's full of energy. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
beautiful. Thank you.
We remember Marissa when she came to us, and she was only 29 years old at the time and wanted to lose only 5 pounds. She felt like she was stuck at her weight. She felt bloated and she couldn't sleep at night. She was under a lot of stress and she had very low energy. We introduced her to our natural weight loss, which is very easy to use, where she took 1 pill in the morning and drank a tea in the afternoon with no dietary restrictions. And in just 2 weeks, she lost 8 pounds. She was so thrilled and excited because of her energy going off the roof. And now she's back in the gym working out again, which is what she really wanted to do.
You do this every day? Yeah. Why? Because I love it.
Please go ahead and hit that like button, comment, ask questions, share, and subscribe. You're a very valuable part of this movement and your opinion really matters. Thank you very much. Light, love, and blessings to you all.